Hello everyone, this is our third lesson on functions. So today we'll dive a bit deeper into working with arguments and learn how to import our functions. Let's see what we have in this file. We are planning to import. There are two functions, exp and add. Let's create a new file and import a function from our previous lesson. Importing files can be done in different ways. We can simply import the file by writing import, followed by the file name. It will look like this. To reference our function in this file, for example, exp, we need to write it with a dot notation after the file name. Let's save our result to a variable and check if everything works. As you can see, we have two outputs. Why did this happen? Remember that when you import a file, its code runs. This can be avoided, but it's a topic for another lesson. Now let's comment out this output to avoid confusion. Since our file name is quite long, we can use abbreviation. After importing, you simply write s and new name. And now we call it like this. Also, we can import a specific function. If previously we just wrote import, now we need to specify where to import from and then what to import. If we need two functions, we simply write them separated by a comma. Now we can directly access the function as if it were in our file. There is also an option where you want to import the entire contents of the file without writing each function individually. You simply use an asterisk and all functions become available to you as in the previous option. I don't recommend doing this because working files are large and sometimes you may overwrite an import. So import in a way that shows what you are importing, or import a file so that it's necessary to refer to it with a dot. It's clear where it's from. In fact, you can import not only functions but also variables, classes, methods. We'll cover all of this later, so don't forget to subscribe. Since we don't have the function in front of us, some issue may arise, so I'll show you some interesting points. But first, let me write a division function for us to practice. Now this function is available to us because we imported it with asterisks. But let's make a more correct import. The first thing I wanted to show you is passing named arguments. Previously we passed arguments like this. But it's better to name the arguments like this. In this case, you see what exactly you are using. And another important point is that if you accidentally swap them with named arguments, you'll still get the correct result. Now I hope you understand why this is a good tip. Next I want to share with you is default values. Let's import our exponential function. This function squares the number. Let's make it so that we not only pass the number we want to raise to a power, but also the power itself. Now we can raise 2 to the power of 3. With this clear, let's start with understanding default values. Most often, numbers are raised to the power of 2. So let's make it so that if only one argument is passed, it squares the number. If two arguments are passed, we specify to which power to raise it. We specified that if only one argument is passed. The second one is taken by default, which is 2. Another important point is that arguments with default value should come after arguments without values. If we do it like this, even PyCharm shows us that there will be an error. Now let's make sure everything works as we expect. In this lesson we finish level 2. Next we'll have more advanced lessons. Remember that each lesson has exercise and tests, which will help you better understand the material. Have a great day, everyone!